there, so learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Coming up on SUTV News, we'll take a look at SU's University Journal.
And later we'll talk about the SU Nursing Department. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, welcome to SUTV News. I'm Kyle Cook.
And I'm Ryan Sunderman. The October issue of the University Journal hits stands this Monday. Let's go to our reporter Emma Sorensen, who is at the Journal now.
Hey, it's Emma Sorensen with SUTV News. I'm here at the University Journal with the editor-in-chief, Cassidy Harmon. So we heard about some of the problems that happened with the last issue. We just wanted to know if those have been resolved. Are you excited for this next issue to come out?
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, everything got resolved. We had better communication with our printers this time around, and honestly, I'm just so excited for the whole campus to see the magazine this time around.
Perfect. What are some of the articles we can expect for this issue that's coming out?
Well, what's really cool is we've actually expanded our magazine. So usually we'd only have like 24 to 28 pages, but now we're up to 32 pages. So we have a lot more content in this one than we've had in any of our previous ones. So I'd say some of the highlights would definitely be we went ghost hunting in Frisco, so that should be pretty exciting. And then with the basketball season coming up, we have a basketball preview for both the men's basketball team and the Lady T-Birds, and so those are some really exciting things to look forward to.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So that issue comes out on October 28th, so look for that. And this is Emma for SUTV News. Back to you guys at the desk.
The Registered Nurses Association ranks Southern Utah University as the best public nursing school in the state. The report ranks colleges all across the nation based on the reports and support faculty provides to their students and how they perform on their exams. According to SU nursing program, 95% of their students pass the registered nursing exam on their first try. The ranking also highlights SU's ability to communicate with their students and praise the high level of critical thinking and problem solving demonstrated by its graduates. It's really awesome to hear about the nursing program. First it was the school being ranked, next then it was the best school to work for in the state. And then now the nursing program. It just, SU can't be stopped.
Honestly, yeah, especially with some of the retention rates that we've been seeing go nonstop.
It's been great. Coming up, we'll talk about the California fires and blackouts.
Don't go anywhere.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
On average, I spend 8 hours a week on the road. It's important to me to make the right choices when I drive. And she's the reason why I support MAD.
Our family is lucky to be alive after just escaping a Jeep running a red light in Phoenix, Arizona. Ulysses and Gabrielle Betancourt and their one-year-old son started to walk across the road when a Jeep ran the red light and were saved by a car that was lawfully going through the green light and hit the Jeep, shielding the family, giving them time to run across to safety. The Phoenix Police Department called the driver of the second car an angel for saving the family's life. The driver of the Jeep, 23-year-old Ernesto Ortanez Oveso, was arrested under numerous felony and misdemeanor crimes, including a DUI. The 27-year-old driver of the Angel car was injured, but police say the injuries are not life-threatening. After the incident, Oveso allegedly fled the scene along with his female passenger. Oveso was wrangled by a witness until police arrived at the scene, and the female passenger has not been found yet. The family spoke out on ABC 15 about the incident.
It definitely, crossed my mind that, okay, this this might be it, and my reaction was just to start pushing the stroller and at the very least, try to get my son out of the way.
A fire in North San Francisco exploded the size earlier this morning. The fire has grown to cover 15 square miles of California's Sonoma County and has led authorities calling for evacuations in nearby cities of Geyserville. While there has been no official release for the cause of the fire, authorities state that a mix of low humidity and gust winds in the region may be a natural risk. Alongside with the Pacific Gas and Electric Company began rolling out power outages the day before in hopes for minimizing the risk of wildfire caused by electrical equipment. This is the latest blackout by the company and has impacted 500,000 people across 15 counties, and the company warns that the blackout could happen again over the weekend and could affect even more customers. In recent years, electrical equipment has been blamed for causing several fires, causing severe damage, which PG&E's CEO is hoping to avoid.
We understand the hardship created by these shutoffs, and there are safety risks on both sides, but again, we've seen the impact of wildfires both over the years and recently in Southern California, and we're determined not to let that happen.
Are now in custody in connection with the death of West Valley City resident Nico Jardine. The 19-year-old was shot and killed on July 14th while attending a house party. West Valley City Police state that a group of individuals approached the house and an altercation occurred. Jardine reportedly stepped outside to calm down the situation, which resulted in his death along with 2 other party members being injured.
They hear a person of color, a Polynesian, was shot outside of a house party. They're going to assume drugs, alcohol, gang members, whatever they think is going on, but what they don't know is that he was a family guy.
So it's really sad to hear about the fires in California. I know you're from there, so I'm sure you're kind of used to the fires. Is that anywhere near you at all?
No, the fires like those, no, that's Northern California. I'm more from Southern California. There have been a few fires where we've had to be on the lookout looking for evacuation notices, but nothing like this, because California is a massive state.
Yeah. How's the weather looking today, Connor?
It's looking good, but we've got kind of a weird weekend ahead. Don't go anywhere.
Toxic chemicals and carcinogens are leaching into the environment. It's happening right where we live, work, and play. Everywhere. Cigarette butts are toxic waste. Let's stop the toxic litter. Learn more at rethinkbutts.org.
Hi, I'm Special Agent Diana Berrigan from the TV show White Collar. Did you know that it wasn't until 1972 that the first female earned an FBI Special Agent badge? Now women are helping solve crimes around the world in faraway places like Sarajevo, New Delhi, Lagos, and Tbilisi. To all our women fighting crime at home and overseas, thank you for keeping us safe. Happy anniversary.
Thank you, dear. Well, you're very supple. Just like I was at your age. Back then, I was a sex expert. Used to call me the buttered biscuit. I know about birth control, too. So you can ask me anything, baby.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Connor Sanders on a fairly temperate day here in Cedar City, Utah. 53 degrees is the temperature outside right now. You can see a pretty sunny day, not too many clouds. You can really feel the rays shining, but still feeling a little bit more cold really as fall develops here. Tomorrow the high is 66, the low 34, and then Saturday actually very warm. The high of 75 and the low of 22. Really high variance between those two temperatures, as you'll notice, all the way up in the 70s, but all the way down in the 20s as well in the lows. A little bit of rain today, maybe it's a slight chance later on, then just a little slight wind, about 11 miles an hour. So a pretty temperate day, pretty comfortable to be outside, but a little bit crisper than what we've been experiencing in the last few weeks. You can see the leaves really falling off the trees now as fall is in full swing. So we'll go ahead and look at our 7-day forecast here. Here we are on Thursday, the high of 54, low of 25. Friday, 66, 34. And then Saturday, this is what I was mentioning, 73, the high, low 22. But then Sunday, 45, a full 20-plus degrees lower, and the 16 is the low. So we're already seeing lows all the way down in the teens, and we're kind of approaching the end of October here, November, right on the horizon. Almost kind of feeling wintry as you look at those temperatures down in the teens. Monday, high of 46, the low of 20, and then Tuesday, low all the way down at 11. So that's pretty cold temperature. If we start to see some rain and things during that time, we might actually see snow as early as next week. So pretty scary if you're not a fan of the cold. And then Wednesday, the high 43, and then the low of 14. So we'll go ahead and look toward the weekend. SU football taking on Idaho State in a very important contest for their season. We've got a nice 69 degrees, about the most ideal temperature for kickoff. But it's going to be a pretty warm day, as we mentioned. Probably going to see around 71 as the high at kickoff. As you can just feel that for SU football, this game is important. It's good that the weather is going to be looking nice. And it's actually a 2 o'clock start time. So kind of a non-traditional start time for SUU. Kickoff will be nice and warm in the afternoon, though. 2 o'clock start time means that the sun will be shining, keeping all the fans warm. It's been pretty cold at the last few football games, but it's going to be warm this weekend.
So I know this isn't necessarily a popular opinion, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to the fact that we might be seeing some snow as early as next week. Like, even being from California, which I know is a shock that I'm looking forward to snow.
I'm not. I want fall to last so long. But
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
glad that, slight risk, but then we're going to continue with the fall weather, it looks like, yeah?
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks for the weather update, Connor.
Here's a quick look what's coming up next in sports.
Coming up on SUTV Sports, we've got a recap of the UC Davis football game and a preview for the basketball teams. Stay tuned.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to SUTV Sports. I'm Connor Aist. Southern Utah football looks for their second win of the season as they take on the Idaho State Bengals this Saturday. The Thunderbirds faced off against the UC Davis Aggies last weekend, but a bad first half cost the T-Birds the game as they fell behind 26-0 early on. The T-Birds were able to pull within 8 points late in the fourth quarter thanks to a strong passing attack between quarterback Chris Helbig and receiver Landon Meesum. 2 rushing touchdowns from Jay Green Jr. and a Manny Burrs field goal, but the Aggies recovered the late onside kick to seal the 33-25 victory. The loss put SUU at 1-7 on the season with 4 games left on the year. Despite the loss, head coach Demario Warren is still convinced that his team is not what their record shows.
That's a tough locker room to go in afterwards. I mean, you're 1-7. It's not going our way. Can't seem to catch a break and come out and not play well for pretty much 3 quarters. And yeah, disappointing loss. And it is frustrating. It's frustrating, and it's not indicative of the work that these guys are putting in. And as a head coach, it's on you.
The Birds will get another chance for their second win Saturday afternoon against a borderline top 25 team in the Bengals. The Bengals are 3-4 on the season so far, with their losses coming to FBS Utah, Northern Iowa, Montana, and Idaho. The Bengals are a top 60 offense in the FCS, averaging almost 400 yards per game, while their defense is allowing more than 420 yards per game. All of the Bengals' losses have come on the road this year, while SUU has a 1-2 record at home this season, giving Thunderbird fans more hope for an upset. The SUU basketball tips off less than 2 weeks away, and the men's and women's teams are preparing for the 2019-2020 campaign. The women's team is coming off their first Big Sky Conference tournament win since 2014. Head coach Tracy Sanders will hope to build on the team's 8-win season last year. Senior guard Rebecca Cardenas will lead the team. Cardenas led the T-Birds in rebounds, assists, steals, and three-point shooting last season. Junior Hardley Hansen returns as the team's leading scorer after averaging 11.5 points per game last season. Fifth-year senior Ashley Larson provides good interior defense and is a solid rebounder who will start in the front court. 8 of last season's most used players returned for the 2019-2020 season. Sanders is also excited for the group of incoming freshmen, including All-State performers Shaylin Fano and Madeline Eaton. The basketball team has been touted as one of the most talented squads in school history. The program is coming off their first postseason win in school history. There are 8 upperclassmen on the team, and 6 of those 8 played Division I basketball at another university before transferring to SUU. That means the team will have plenty of experience to go along with their talent. Fourth-year head coach Todd Simon thinks the team's depth will be their strong suit.
But I think I think our style will lend to playing a lot of guys. We want to press and trap and get up into people and get up and down the floor. We want to play offense with the pace. So I think there's a lot of pluses to having this depth that we can now take advantage of.
Fourth-year head coach Todd Simon thinks that the team's depth will be their strong suit. Fifth-year senior Cameron Aluyatin returns as the team's leading scorer. Andre Adams, Dre Marine, and Harrison Butler are also back after solid performances last season. Former 5-star recruit Dwayne Morgan will play his first full season at SUU. Morgan only played 4 games last season due to injury. John Knight III, Jacoby Long, and David Ndandaye highlight the group of transfers making their debuts this season. The T-Birds were predicted to finish 4th in the Big Sky preseason coaches pool. The women begin play November 1st against Ottawa University. The men open up their season against Bethesda College on November 5th. The Washington Nationals and the Houston Astros continue the World Series tomorrow night with Game 3 of the 2019 World Series. In Game 1, the Astros started with the advantage, scoring 2 runs in the first inning. The Nationals didn't truly respond until the 5th inning, scoring 5 runs in the 2nd, 4th, and 5th innings combined. The Astros mounted a comeback late in the game, scoring 2 runs in the 7th and 8th innings, and the 8th inning, but it wasn't enough to keep them from falling at home. Game 2 was a worse show for the Astros. The Nationals rode a 6-game 7th inning and a 3-run 8th. They kept the Astros scoreless until the 9th inning, and by then it was too late for the Astros as they fell 12-3 at home, while the Nationals took a 2-0 lead in the Fall Classic. Ryan Zimmerman and Juan Soto helped the Nationals on their way, each sending a solo home run into the stands at 412 feet and 417 feet respectively. The Washington Nationals appear to be on their way to their first World Series win as a franchise. The Nationals head back home to Washington, D.C. for games 3 and 4 on October 25th and 26th. Yesterday was a big day for the Utah Jazz. They won their first game of the season over the Oklahoma City Thunder, but even bigger news came before the game.
Vivint Smart Home Arena and the Larry H. Miller Court originally opened in 1991.
In 2017, Vivint Smart Home Arena went through a $125 million renovation. Now, that renovation is paying dividends for the Utah Jazz.
It's my honor to announce the 2023 All-Star Game will take place here in Salt Lake City.
This will be the first time in 30 years that the NBA holds the All-Star Weekend in Salt Lake City, with its last appearance in 1993 featuring stars such as Michael Jordan, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, and Dominique Wilkins.
The 1993 All-Star Game was very exciting for me, for my family, for our fans, and for the whole community. It was an electric and thrilling experience, and one that I will always remember.
The Jazz also had their own All-Stars in the game, as John Stockton and Karl Malone both started for the West.
Thank you, Utah Jazz, for the co-MVPs of this year's All-Star Game, Karl Malone and John Stockton.
One concern for Utah hosting the event again is the city's ability to host large events. However, the state has had its share of successful large sporting events.
I'll just mention some of the things we've done as the state of sport here in Utah. We've hosted, this is all recent, the Supercross World Finals, the FIS World Ski Championship, the Dew Tour Action Sports, the Red Bull Rampage, the Ironman World Championships, Major League Soccer All-Star Game, of course, the granddaddy of them all, the 2002 Winter Olympics. And we've just been named by the USOC, in fact, to host the Winter Olympics again the next time America has that opportunity, which is probably 2030 or 2034.
Because of the 2002 Olympics hosted in Salt Lake City, local political leaders are confident in the sporting event succeeding in Utah again.
Those Olympics set the bar quite high for future games, and we are in large part very excited because the spirit of the Olympics has never left the residents of Salt Lake City or Utah.
We're committed to make sure that this is the best All-Star game ever hosted by the NBA any place.
Although the event will not take place until 2023, the announcement has many Jazz fans excited and already clamoring for tickets. For SUTV News, I'm Connor Aist.
Jazz win the opener.
So, Connor, are you going to jump on the tickets as soon as they go on sale for that? Or is that not quite your scene yet?
No, you know I'll be there. It's not often that Utah gets to be the home of a national, under national spotlight. So this is really, really awesome.
I'm excited for it. Thanks for the update, Connor.
Of course.
It's one of the biggest events weekend here at SU. Coming up, our reporter Grace Conley will let us know what's going on around campus.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Listen up. Each year, hundreds of promising research studies go unfunded for breast cancer, for lung cancer, every cancer. The American Cancer Society has been behind nearly every breakthrough in recent history. But there's still more work to do. So let's make sure that no research is silenced. Let's make noise. Let's make noise. Yeah. And let's finish the fight.
Hi, this is Grace Conley with Campus Happenings. It may be a short week, T-Birds, because of fall break, but there is no shortage of fun events coming up. First, the biggest event coming up this Friday is the Scream. It'll be from 9 p.m. to 1. Tickets are going to be sold until tonight at 5 p.m., so make sure to go out and get one of those. If you're an SUU student, it is free, and if you wait until after that date, if you're an SUU student, it will be $20. and it's $20 for anyone else that wants to come. No masks, props, or bags will be allowed in, and once you leave the Scream, you're not allowed back in. So make sure to dress appropriately and stay inside. It should be a really great event, and I know there'll be a lot of great costumes and a lot of fun stuff going on. So make sure to go out to that. Next, in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, there'll be an intimate partner violence discussion panel tonight from 5:30 to 7 in SU's Education Building, room 104. It is a free event, and representatives from the Title IX office, Canyon Creek Services, Iron County Sexual and Domestic Violence Prevention Coalition will be there for a discussion, and you can ask them any questions you have. So going out to that would be a great way to be more educated on Domestic Violence Awareness Month and all the things that have to do with it. Lastly, the English department is still doing their fall film series. They'll be showing Casablanca tonight from 7 to 10, and that's all I have for you guys. Back to the desk.
Thanks for the update, Grace. Tuacahn is preparing for their annual Halloween show, Thriller. Thriller runs every Halloween season, and is performed by Odyssey Dance at Tuacahn Amphitheater, located about 20 minutes northwest of St. George. The show features technical dance pieces and is described as having frights, amazement, scares, and laughs. Opening night is October 29th, and it will continue through the week until November 2nd.
The International Student Ambassadors held their annual International Food Fair on October 18th in the Student Center. A Campus Happenings reporter, Grace Conley, gives an inside look into the event.
The International Student Ambassadors held SUU's annual International Food Fair October 16th from 6 to 8 in the Sharwin-Smith Center ballroom. The point of the fair was to bring SUU students together in hopes of creating a global community.
So the point of Food Fair is just to showcase some foods from around the world and kind of share other cultures with some American students as well as international students from around the world.
During the event, students walked around to different booths to eat traditional food from the country the booth was representing. The food being offered was very diverse, creating options for those with even the pickiest of palates.
My favorite thing about the food fair is the food, because we have so many from so many different countries and continents. It's awesome.
As students enjoyed their food, they had the opportunity to watch SUU's ballroom team perform 2 different jazz routines. Students also had a chance to win a chopstick competition where they had to move Skittles from one plate to another using nothing but chopsticks.
I'm super excited to be here for Food Fair. It's one of our biggest events of the year, and we're just really excited to have as many people as we can and have a great time with some great food.
Many students of different cultures attended this fun event, making it a great turnout for the International Student Ambassadors. If you want to know more information about how to get involved or have your country represented at the next International Food Fair, go to the Office of Learning Abroad located in the Student Center. With SUTV News, I'm Grace Conley.
So, is everyone going to dress up for Halloween?
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited. What are you being?
I haven't decided quite yet. I know you and Grace have some ideas.
I'm Violet from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the girl that turns blue. Yeah.
You're turning Violet, Violet?
So, are you going to be Violet after she's blue or before she's blue?
No, so it's while she's turning, so just blue on my nose, just because I'm lazy and I didn't want to put that much effort. But yeah, so as she's turning blue.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Cool. Yeah. And then you're...
I'm going basic this year. I'm going to be a devil. So,
devil.
And I'm going to be the Joker. The Heath Ledger Joker, not the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Oh, that's
Are you going to dye your hair green? Or?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Are you doing the spray?
And I'm going to cut my mouth. No, I'm just going to...
I'm going to commit.
Just going to paint it on, but should be cool. What about you, Connor?
I'm dressing up as the Dayman from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That should be exciting. I haven't seen it, but...
It's a couple's costume. My wife is going as the Nightman.
You should dress up as Danny DeVito.
I love him so much. Danny DeVito's amazing. Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Carol Cook.
I'm Connor Sanders.
I'm Grace Conley.
I'm Connor Ace.
And I'm Ryan Sunderman. Tune in next week for Halloween Other Show on Thursday.